Welcome to Sumita Roy's English classroom. This is Professor Sumita Roy, and today there is one more video on vocabulary. Many of you say that you are learning good vocabulary by watching the videos I'm giving you on vocabulary. Now, the more words you learn, the more words you can use, not learn, memorize, but learn to use, the better your English becomes. Therefore, vocabulary is important. Today's lesson is on homophone. I already gave you a root words video where you learned. Homo means similar, phone means sound. So putting two roots together, homophone means words which sound exactly alike. Sound means pronunciation. So two words which are pronounced exactly alike are homophones. They are not spelt in the same way. Their spelling is different. They don't mean the same, but only their pronunciation is the same. You have to be very careful in learning them because one of the words you might have been mispronouncing. That is one benefit of learning homophone. If we have been mispronouncing a word, then we can learn it correctly. The second very important point is that we learn better pronunciation. We also learn better vocabulary. One of the words might be familiar to you. The other word in this pair of homophones might not be familiar. So you become familiar with them. If you watch the video till the end, you will find that there are 15 pairs of homophones in this video. There is also a part 2 of this video where you will find 15 more. So that is 30 pairs of homophones in 2 videos. I could not fit it into one video. And then these 30 pairs, that is 60 words with usage, 60 sentences. Suppose you make sentences on your own, another 60, then you get to frame 120 sentences. You can also make 10 sentences per word in the pair of homophones, in which case you will get 600 sentences. In this way, if you keep practicing, if you do such an exercise, you will find that your practice itself makes your English perfect. There's a saying in English that practice makes you perfect. And here is a way in which you can practice. So please look at the slides, watch the spelling because spelling is different, watch the meaning is different, and learn the usage because sentences are there. But most important, see that you pronounce them exactly alike. That is why they are called homophones. Let us begin. Here is the first set of homophone. The spelling, as you see, is different, but the pronunciation is the same. A-I-R and H-E-I-R. Both are pronounced as air. Air. A-I-R, air, the meaning is the atmosphere which we breathe. What is there all around us, the gases. H-E-I-R, also pronounced as air, is a person who inherits the property of ancestors. Let us see these being used in 2 sentences. The air in this busy city has too much pollution. That is A-I-R. As the rich man had no children, his nephew was his heir. The person who would get all his money. This is how these 2 words, which are homophones, are used. This is the second set of homophones, spelt as B-A-R-E and B-E-A-R. Both are pronounced exactly alike as bear. B-A-R-E, bear, means without any covering. B-E-A-R, bear, means a large animal. Now let us see a couple of sentences which use these two words. The trees were bare in winter after losing all the leaves. B-A-R-E, without any covering. The polar bear with white fur was the greatest attraction in the zoo. That is B-E-A-R. Here is the third set of homophones, B-E-R-R-Y and B-U-R-Y. B-U-R-Y is very often mispronounced as bury. It is not so. Both the words are homophones, pronounced as berry. B-E-R-R-Y, berry, is small fruits on different trees. You have various types of berries like strawberry or mulberry or gooseberry. B-U-R-Y, berry, is to put under the ground. Two sentences using these two words. In olden days, sages used to live in the forest and eat nuts and berries. That is B-E-R-R-I-E-S, plural form. The dog was trying to bury the bone in the garden. B-U-R-Y. If you've seen dogs, they keep digging up and keeping the bones. That is bury, B-U-R-Y. Buy, B-U-Y, is one homophone. The other one is B-Y. Both are pronounced as buy. B-U-Y, meaning is purchase. And B-Y, buy, is a preposition. I have done a lesson on prepositions for you where you will find this word and many examples. Let us see here just one example with each. They want to save money to buy a new house. B-U-Y. They decided to travel by train. That is by preposition, showing the mode of transport. The next set of homophones, S-I-G-H-T and S-I-T-E. Both are pronounced as sight. S-I-G-H-T, sight, is the ability to see, to use your eyes to see, that is sight. And S-I-T-E is a location or a place. Here we have two sentences showing you the usage. She lost her sight in an accident. That means she could not see anymore. This beach is the site for the new resort. Here you have sight, a location or a place. The next pair is C-O-U-R-S-E and C-O-A-R-S-E. Both are pronounced as course. C-O-U-R-S-E, course, is a path or route or a series of lessons. C-O-A-R-S-E is rough texture or unrefined. This is the meaning of the two words. Different meaning, different spelling, but same pronunciation. Course. The river changed its course often after floods. That is C-O-U-R-S-E. The beggar was covering himself with a coarse blanket. That is a thick or rough blanket. So these are the two uses of the word. The next pair of homophones, are spelt as D-I-E and D-Y-E, pronounced exactly alike as die. D-I-E, die, is to stop living, and D-Y-E, die, is to color something. Now we have two sentences with them. The plants are going to die in this heat. That is D-I-E. She wanted to dye her ribbons to match her dress. That is D-Y-E, to change the color. The next set of homophones, spelt as F-A-R-E and F-A-I-R. Pronunciation is exactly the same. Fair. F-A-R-E, fair, is a money paid for a ticket. And F-A-I-R, fair, is just, impartial, or not dark, or an exhibition. We have many meanings of it. Let us now see two sentences using each of these two words. They didn't have the money to pay the bus fare. That is F-A-R-E. The old judge was a very fair man. F-A-I-R. That means he was just. He was impartial. He gave the judgment without prejudice. This is the next pair of homophones, spelt F-L-O-U-R and F-L-O-W-E-R, pronounced as flour. F-L-O-U-R, flour, is finely powdered grain. You get wheat flour, you get maize flour, you get, flour of other grains also. F-L-O-W-E-R, flower, is like a rose or a lily, a blossom of a plant. Now two sentences. She put the rice flour in a box after grinding. You grind the rice, you make it into a powder. The tree was covered with pink flowers. These are the two sentences using both the homophones. This is the next pair, H-A-I-L and H-A-L-E, pronounced as hail. Spelling is different, meaning is different, but pronunciation is the same. H-A-I-L, hail, is ice pellets falling from the sky. Sometimes instead of rain you get ice falling. That is hail. We call it as hailstorm. Then H-A-L-E, hail, is healthy. Here we have two sentences. The hailstorm destroyed all the roses in the garden. Next, even at 75 years, her grandfather was hale and hearty. The next pair of homophone, H-A-R-E and H-A-I-R, both pronounced as hare. H-A-R-E, hare, is a small animal similar to a rabbit. H-A-I-R, hair, is thin strands which grow on the head and the body. We say that we have hair on our head. That is H-A-I-R. The story of the race between the hare and the tortoise is very famous. I've already given you this story in one of the videos. You can watch it. The word is the hare. The model for the shampoo had long and silky hair. That is H-A-I-R. Here is the next pair. The pronunciation is here and the spellings are too different. H-E-R-E and H-E-A-R. Both pronounced alike because they are homophones. Here, HERE here is a specific location, somewhere close to you. You say here. HEAR here is to use your ears to listen. That is called hear. They live on this street. They live here on this street. So if you say here, that means they live on this street. I could hear the sound of the waterfall from far. That is HEAR. I could hear the sound of the waterfall from far. The next pair of homophone is KNIGHT and NIGHT, pronounced as night. The first K is not pronounced. KNIGHT, knight, is an important and chivalrous soldier in medieval times. Also, you have conferring of a title called knighthood in Britain. Then NIGHT, night, is a period of darkness between sunset and sunrise. When there is no sun, we call it night. Here are two sentences. There are many stories about King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. These are famous stories. I'll tell you some of these stories in storytelling videos. KNIGHT. It was a dark and dreary night. NIGHT. Dreary is, very dull, very weak, very frightening, with nothing of interest happening. Here is another pair of homophones, LOSE and LOOSE, pronounced alike as lose. LOSE, lose, is fail to win or misplace. Where you had something before, now you don't have it. LOOSE is the opposite of tight. Something which is not tight, we say is loose with double O. I was afraid to lose the tennis match. That is, not win the tennis match. The old lady preferred to wear loose clothes, not tight, therefore loose clothes. LOOSE. The last pair of homophones for today's video, male, MALE and MAIL, pronounced exactly alike as male, but spelt differently with different meaning. MALE, male, is a gender, and MAIL, male, is letters, parcels sent through the postal service. Let us see the sentences. They wanted only a male security guard. MALE, that means a man. She kept waiting for mail from her son in the army. So the mother was waiting for a letter or a parcel which the son would send. I hope you have closely observed the homophones, seen the pronunciations, and checked where you make mistake. Recently in a PhD Viva, one student was saying that before I saw your video, one other video, I did not know BURY is pronounced as berry. I used to pronounce it as burry, but now I know it is pronounced as berry. So such mistakes you would have corrected. Also check the spellings and the meanings. I hope you have learned how to use them, and you will be able to find out which homophone is used when somebody is speaking. When somebody is speaking, you cannot see the spelling because it's only pronounced. It's not spelt out. But you will immediately understand which homophone is used because the meaning will tell you the spelling. You can, in your mind, you can think, okay, this is the homophone which is being used. In this way, from now on, whenever you speak, whenever you have a conversation or you listen to somebody and you come across a word which is a homophone, please, in your mind, keep doing this exercise as to which homophone it is, what its meaning is. You can also add to this list by making your own list of homophones. Have a notebook which is your own vocabulary book. Write down meanings, write down spellings, write down the usage. Use one word 100 times. Then you will find you never forget that word again. If you keep encountering the same word without knowing its meaning, once you have seen it in print or listened to it many times, you will guess the meaning yourself. These are all benefits of listening. So, when you are using English in the real life, keep track of homophones. All the best and thank you.